Booktube-Sarah. This is Thrills and Kills Booktube. So welcome if you're new here, or welcome back, friends. So today I'm doing an original tag video. Me and Santa Claus, my little sloth here. So my friends MJ over at Reading This Life and Ollie at Criminali put together an original tag video. And this is pretty unique in that it's two tags in one. This is the naughty or nice tag, and you can choose to do either the naughty, the nice, or both. So I went back and forth on what I wanted to do, and in the end I decided, you know, I like horror, I like things really dark, black is my favorite color, so of course I had to do the naughty side of this tag. So let's get into it. Question 1, who is your favorite naughty fictional character? Now this is kind of hard to narrow it down to one, but I love to root for the villain. Okay, any horror movie, any thriller, any horror book, I just really enjoy it. Because in real life, I wouldn't do that. I like to think I'm an empathetic person, but when you're consuming media, whether it's books or movies or TV shows, like it's a form of escapism. So why not root for the villain and do something you wouldn't do in normal life? So that being said, it was kind of a three-way tie, but I love Krampus. That's one of my favorite Christmas movies. I really like The Grinch before, you know, his heart grew 3 sizes. Jim Carrey's The Grinch is the best. I will not take any different opinions on that because it is the best rendition of The Grinch. And then I really also like Scrooge before he starts changing his mind. So I actually just last night watched again, I mean, I've seen it many times, The Muppets Christmas Carol, and I think Michael Caine is the best rendition of Scrooge. So there we go. It would either be Krampus, Jim Carrey as the Grinch, or Michael Caine as Ebenezer Scrooge. I just, you know, part of me just really feels for those guys. All right, number 2. What 2022 release would you give to someone who has been naughty? So what I thought about was, okay, when you're growing up as a kid and your parents are trying to tell you like, oh, you don't want to be on the naughty list, well, it's because then you would get a lump of coal, right? You're not going to get a present. So I thought about, okay, what book this year for me was a lump of coal? You know, you're going to open your stocking, you're really excited to see what's in there, you think it's going to be like fun, a great surprise, but it ends up being a lump of coal. So for me, that could only be one book, and that is M. Rickart's Lucky Girl. So I recently did a reading vlog, filming it as we speak, where I picked some different like thematic holiday, Christmas horror, winter horror stories. And this one, Lucky Girl, I was so excited. It says it's a Krampus Christmas story. It was really short, a novella. It came in my Nightworm subscription, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. This fits my like whole theme for this video perfectly. Let me tell you, it was a terrible, terrible book. So therefore, if someone was on the naughty list and I was trying to punish them and give them a lump of coal, I would give them Lucky Girl, which came out I think in September of this year. So if you want to see my full thoughts on that, just stay tuned. Probably the next week or so I'll be releasing that holiday horror reading vlog. Let's move on. Number 3, what author would you least like to meet in person? This might be a little controversial because I'm not saying he's a bad author and I'm not saying his books are bad, but I have to go with Richard Lehman. If you know, you know. Okay, I just can't get into books like that where some dude is like describing women's bodies in this manner. There's a time and a place, especially in horror, to be maybe non-PC or off the wall or a little bit crass, but I don't know. There's something about Richard Lehman and the way he describes women's bodies that just, it gets under my skin. And so him, is he even still alive? I think he's dead now. I don't want to meet him in this life or the next life. All right, number 4, what naughty character deserves a chance to be on the nice list? Now this is gonna be a throwback. Has anyone seen the 1964 stop action, like claymation holiday TV special, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? The one where he's on the island of misfit toys, not the 2001 remake, the original from the 60s. Okay, if you've seen that, this question, I could only go with the Abominable Snowman from that movie. you know, I understand he kidnapped Rudolph's parents, but we don't know what his thought process was behind that, what his motivations were. Maybe he just really wanted to meet Rudolph, and so he was trying to find a way to guarantee Rudolph would come to his cave. Maybe not the wisest choice, but I think they could have worked it out. There was no need for the elf dentist to rip out all his teeth and then throw him over a cliff. There was no need. He looks like a snuggly guy, okay? So I can only go with the abominable snowman. He deserves a chance. I think he's misunderstood, and I think he should be on the nice list. Okay, number 5. Have you ever been on Santa's naughty list? I think it would depend who you ask. My husband, if he's ticked off at me, might tell you, yeah, every year. But truthfully, I think not since I was a teenager. It was a bit rough. I will say I was kind of a brat as a teenager, but I was going through a lot of stuff. My parents divorced, and it was pretty nasty. So I was acting out because of what was going on in my home life. But I was a brat. So we'll say yes, but not since I was a teenager. So it's been a good like 18 years. All right, number 6, share a seasonal or holiday guilty pleasure. So I brought some props, okay? Now this time of year, I feel like it's a perfect excuse to just like gorge, right? Just eat whatever you want, go crazy. You know, there's all kinds of holiday goodies. And if anyone, if you've ever heard of Cerugis, now I don't have a prop for this, the next thing I do. Have you ever heard of Cerugis? This is a family-owned chocolate company up in Wisconsin. And I have family from Wisconsin, and funny enough, my husband did grow up in Green Bay, and I believe it's in Green Bay, but it is like an amazing chocolate company. And every year, my in-laws get us a big box, like a sampler box from Cerugis. So that's my guilty pleasure, but I don't have it yet because I haven't received it. So instead, I'm gonna go with, if anyone has ever shopped at Aldi, this time of year, they stock like all of the really good primo German Christmas goodies. Now those Germans know how to bake, and they know how to make some good goodies. So let me show you some of my favorites. This is like gone. Okay, my husband got into these. These are like German, let's see if I can show you, speculoos cookies. And again, it's like gone. Let me show you what it looks like. Well, that's broken. See, it's like a little, well, this one's like a little windmill, and it's a speculoos, like cinnamony cookie, kind of like a snickerdoodle. Okay. Next, I'm not gonna know how to pronounce this. Weihnachtsmischung Schokolade, milk chocolate figures. So this is just milk chocolate, but it's very good. There's a big Santa. Ooh, my lights are extra bright today, but there's a Santa. And then there's all these little, these are so cute. They're like little ornaments. So those are very good. We're not done. Whoop, I just lost Santa. I'm on the naughty list. Next, oh my God, and these are not opened yet because I told my husband we can only work through one thing at a time. So when we're done with the speculoos, we can open the next thing, because I don't want these going stale, because as I told him, once they're out at Aldi, that's it. Like Aldi doesn't restock. Now, they did not put the German name on these. They just said soft gingerbread cookies, but these are Lebkuchen. So if you know, you know. There's like just like a frosted one, but then there's a chocolate frosted, and these are like, I don't know how to explain it. They are like, the inside is like a soft gingerbread, but the outside coating is like nice and crispy. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. 120 calories in one cookie. That's not bad. Okay, folks, in the scheme of what we could be eating, that's not bad. And then the last thing I have, also not open yet. Oh, these are so good. Pfeffernusse iced gingerbread cookies. Okay, so again, if you've ever been to Aldi, or if you have an Aldi in your area, I recommend, let me show you, move this. Go get these freaking cookies, Pfeffernusse. Or Lebkuchen. Honestly, any of these would be good. Hold on, Santa. All right. He's very European looking. Question 7. Name a naughty booktuber. I mean this in an endearing manner, like in the best possible way I could say this. I'm not saying this person's been bad. don't know them well enough. But this person reads all kinds of naughty books, like smut, really dark horror, like fucked up shit, okay? So this is the only person I could choose for this question, and that is Jordaline. And all these people will be tagged down below, but if you do not follow Jordaline, you're missing out on your life. She just hit 15,000 subscribers. I've been with her since she was at like 6. She is hysterical. She puts so much effort into her videos. Like, just the quality of them is amazing. The creativity she puts together. She has a Discord you can join, and I'm actually one of her like Patreon people. I pay like $5 a month or something. She does lots of sprints. She'll do exclusive sprints for people who are in her Patreon, and it is so worth it. Like, if you have a few extra dollars to spend a month and you're willing to, it is so worth it. She's got a book club. Like, she talks about books in depth, and she will not put up with people's shit. Like, if an author is just fucking terrible and the way that they're writing some type of representation is not good, like, she'll call them out on their shit, and I appreciate it. So Jordaline, if you're seeing this, I don't think you'll ever see this, but you're my favorite naughty booktuber. All right, me and Santa Claus, we're getting ready to head out. I've got a holiday market I've got to go to. This was a naughty or nice tag, again, by MJ and Ollie. They'll all be tagged down below. You can choose to do either the naughty or the nice or both. I'm just sticking with the naughty because that's my wavelength. That's my vibe. So I hope you all are having a really great holiday season. I, so far, am reading a lot of books. Some I kind of hated, some I really loved. Actually, I have it right here. Secret Santa. Oh my God, that was amazing. So I think it's gonna be a really good wrap up at the end of the month. And I'm, like I said, getting ready to edit this holiday horror vlog. That'll be coming out soon. I've got another tag coming up for the Christmas Evil readathon I'll be doing. That's a fun one. And then I'm also gonna be doing kind of like my worst and best books for the year and my top 10 most anticipated books for 2023. There are some amazing books coming out in like the first 6 months or so. So be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna head out to this holiday market and I hope you guys have a good one. Thanks, friends.